Hi guys, and welcome back to Crypto Chester. I'm here today to give you a cryptocurrency show. We're going to be breaking down the charts together from a technical analysis perspective. We're going to be going through Bitcoin here on the short-term time frame, the mid-term, the long-term, of course, the macro, and some very important things to be going through today. And once we're done with Bitcoin, you know what we're going to be doing. Straight into the altcoins. So if you've got any altcoin requests, make sure you slap them in the chat. Give them a good slap them in the chat, and I'll get to them as soon as physically possible. And we'll be going through some altcoins together. Just breaking down the crypto markets today. So just checking the phone there. That basically the last couple of days have been you could say pretty goddamn brutal, may I add. And when I'm wrong, I will hold my hands up and say yes, I am wrong. And at this point in time, I was pretty wrong. No, of course, I was expecting some institutional buying power coming through from the Hong Kong ETF. Still haven't seen that happen here, and we are into Thursday here of this fine week. And usually on Thursdays, we tend to usually get a bit of a pullback or a little bit of a dump. It commonly happens on a Thursday. Don't know why, just does. So that's something that we need to be cautious of today as well. And yeah, that's going to be just a little synopsis on what's happened the last few days. But let's jump straight deep down and dirty into the short-term time frame to let's see what we can see, if there's any potential trades that we could be looking at today as a collective. And if you guys are just joining the stream here, make sure you drop a like. It does help out tremendously. And if you are new to the stream, we are streaming every single day, Monday to Friday. So just to summarize here on the hourly, what we have seen here for BTC and what we can potentially be expecting. Clearly, massive trend line coming down like this, right? Very, very, very simple stuff. Let's look at the momentum from this trend line to the downside here, and let's see what we're sort of working with here. One thing that is positive, which you're going to be very happy to hear, and I'm sure a lot of you were very eager for a bit of bullish news here, because after testing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times here. We've tested this trend line 7 times and yet found resistance every time. But what I will say here, guys, is resistance is actually slowing down. The momentum to the downside is getting smaller, which is a bullish sign, which is nice to see. Yes, we did see a bit of a recovery pump yesterday. Just as I was trying to go to sleep, actually, we were in the Telegram. I was like, guys, we're bouncing back. It's a V-shaped recovery. Not quite. We actually got slammed right back down. I literally went to bed here, feeling pretty confident, like, yeah, back at 59K. I'm going to wake up, we'll be at 63, and then within a day or so, we'll be at 65, 67 yet again. But no, unfortunately, we got pretty aggressively dumped on yet again here for Bitcoin. But one thing that I will say is, I'll echo it again. The momentum to the downside here is slowing down here on the shorter term time frame. It looks pretty rough on the midterm, but shorter term time frame is looking okay. Okay. Now, with that being said, we have obviously got our low set in currently at around 56.5 for this move. Okay, 56.5 for this move, and on the micro higher low market structure sort of points here, you can see that this is going to be our higher low because we have broke this high coming through like so. So this is our confirmed higher low right now. If we break this zone, this micro zone, which is it's just next to our lower low as well there, then it's confirmation that we're going to be heading even further down into the depths of the dirty sea of Bitcoin here, and that will basically mean losing 56.6 there. Now, if that is going to happen, guys, we need to be very cautious. We need to be very aware of volume weighted ATR bands here on the midterm time frame, because you've got the 12-hour down at around 53. We haven't touched this 12-hour volume weighted ATR band for a goddamn long time, okay? And when I'm talking a long time, it's all the way back since September. And the last time we did actually tap this, we saw quite an aggressive bounce here, guys. It was quite an aggressive bounce. It wasn't small, okay? It was around a 6%, and then not to mention the continuous uptrend from there, following us up around 10%. So what I would say there is basically be cautious for a potential bounce here on that 12-hour volume-weighted ATR band. That's sort of kind of the hope that we can be hoping on here. But one thing I just want to say to you again, guys, we are still waiting on institutional buying power from Hong Kong and the ETF that got passed there. I haven't seen an update on the Korea ETF just yet. But again, let's just take a step back. We've had the halving. Okay, we had the halving. That is from from this area here. We did the halving at 62. Just not look. My internet is just really flopping today. I think they're doing some work on the cables or something, but it's not great. Apologies if it is lagging at all. So yeah, we did actually have the halving all the way back here. 19th of April, 62,000 bucks. Usually from the halving, we either see sideways action or a bit of a dumpy pullback, right? And we did see pretty much a ranging period happening here for Bitcoin before seeing a dump to the downside here. And yeah, this is absolutely fine to happen, guys. It's absolutely fine to fluctuate like this. If we just zoom out a little bit, jump to the midterm time frame, we were going up for so long. We were trending up for so long. We had like massive waves up to the upside. Massive wave, massive wave, massive wave. Institutional buying power, institutional wave. It's only right that we have a pullback here, guys. We can even come down here, 52, 53, even 50k here, and we're still going to be bullish. That does make me want to go to the market structure higher lows that we currently have set in. The most recent one that we did have was 59k. Not that strong. As you can see, it's a very volatile time. So in terms of the strength of that higher low, it's not really that valid. But what I would say here is the next one is actually all the way down at around 38,600. Do I think we're going to get there? Absolutely goddamn not. I do not, because we've got institutional buying power from this zone all the way up. It's very, very unlikely that we actually cascade down with without other people actually buying this asset up. And if you think about the gold ETF and what happened there, it was just a gradual uptrend continuously for a very, very long time, okay? So, yeah, I do think a reversal is on the cards here. We're not just going to keep going down. So please, please, please be aware. Don't panic. Yes, it's a sea of red. It doesn't look great. But right now, it's kind of just... I mean, let's be frank. We've been through this many times. Many times here. It's just a pullback when everyone thought we were going to be sending to 100k. So it's absolutely fine for this to be happening. Just try not to lose your head and panic sell everything, right? Limit orders, be staggering them in at around 53, 54 here. You've got the bull market barrier central zone, which we know how valid this is. It's a very, very good key indication for bounce points again. Really, really, really strong momentum from that area. And we are still above the bull market barrier, guys. So it is still a nice bull market. It is still a nice, really, really nice uptrend there. And the bull market barrier does actually collide really nicely with the 3-day volume weighted ATR band on the perpetual contract here. And that is, again, colliding with the 12-hour volume weighted ATR band. So if we do see another dump scenario like we have seen the last day or so, it's just going to be a lovely clean bounce, baby. It's going to be a bounce from 53 up to probably around 59 again, something along the lines of that there. So so yeah, be aware for that. It's actually looking pretty good for a nice little trade. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. Just going to read the chat quickly and see what we got going on here. We've got Subfloor Dweller saying, I've seen a few lives, just missed last week or so. Not a problem, man. Nice to see you on the stream as well there, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We've got Benjamin coming through. We've got BingX. Nice to see you on the stream there, Phoenix. And Here Optimist, of course, the OG. Dan should have taken 50% with the FOMC meeting. Interesting stuff there. But yeah, let's carry on with this and let's see if we can get some more information here. Just going to jump to the Quantum Insight here on the daily. I do want to get rid of this back testing TA. So let me just jump to another chart. Because we're probably going to get the same information here. I just don't want the polluted chart there, and I still want to keep that TA actually on there. So on the daily, you can see we've actually got money flow is still very, very bullish here. We're coming down to that central zone for the money zone there, the money flow there. So that is an indication we could see a bounce point for Bitcoin. And again, this does line up very strongly here with the 3-day, with the 12-hour volume weighted ATR band. So it's very likely that we probably see maybe another leg down. Momentum still going down here for Bitcoin. And if you do look, you can see that we've actually crossed the major momentum line. Okay, so this instigates a reversal is on the cards very, very, very soon here. For example, guys, you can see the last time that we did come below this zone very aggressively here was the end of August. Okay, so if we go to the chart at the end of August, when we did see this actually come through, you can see we actually started a very strong reversal from that point. And then the money flow was, in fact, negative at that point, and then slowly turned back to positive, and that's when we saw a really nice move to the upside. Okay, so Definitely a few things to be keeping your eyes on there. We've got stochastic coming right the way down here to this low point, and you can see it does stop on the chart around this area here, guys. And you can see from there, usually we have quite strong bounces to the upside. So we're sort of looking for that crossover period. We are still a little bit away, if we are going to zoom in here, for that crossover period from the top side to the bottom side. So there's a little bit there to be working on. But overall, it is still going to be looking fairly bullish when we do see that crossover. So these are the things that we're sort of waiting on here for Bitcoin to see that initial reversal. And obviously, we've got a few other bullish signs to be taken into consideration when we do see these daily candle body closes come into fruition here. In terms of just generally trading this, guys, the strategy isn't looking that great right now for the daily. We can jump down to the 4-hour and see if we've got any sort of divergences coming through. If we're going to load here. Didn't quite load there. Yeah, this was near enough a trade there. Didn't quite get the stochastic that we were looking for. Momentum again is low there. Stochastic has had that crossover, so it does instigate a bit more short-term upside over the next sort of 4 to 8 hours or so. Probably bringing us back to this sort of comfortable momentum area here for Bitcoin. And the stochastic probably come into that central zone as well. So the next sort of 4 to 8 hours, we might see some upwards momentum here for Bitcoin. Nothing too crazy, guys. Okay, nothing too crazy. Just probably testing the major volume-weighted ATR bands that we do have plotted in there. Let's get them in there. I'm going to be bringing in the 1 hour and the 4 hour because they're usually very valid in terms of data. As you can see, 1 hour, 4 hour, we're currently testing them with a lot of persistence at this time, testing it continuously here. So that is it's quite a good sign when this does happen. What we do want to see here is a sort of a micro uptrend here for Bitcoin. If that is going to happen, then what is currently in a digressionary stance, these volume weighted ATR bands, will slowly turn progressionary, and then we can sort of ride the wave back above them and see a sort of a reversal there. At this point in time, can't tell whether that's exactly going to happen here. Good stuff, but that is what we're looking for here if Bitcoin is going to sort of plot out that reversal for us to be taking note from, okay? But yeah, that is going to be Bitcoin in a nutshell there. Let's jump across to some liquidation heat maps, what we're working with. So liquidation heat maps today is actually very interesting, guys, because you can see it's actually it's looking very bullish here. There's a lot more long positions open here on Binance than short positions there, and that basically lines up at around the level of around 56.3. So this is an indication that we're probably going to see a move down, liquidate a load of longs here, and then bang it back up, okay? So just be aware for that. Crypto bubbles, what are we looking at? Daily. I mean, it's actually pretty good on the daily. It's just basically bouncing back from yesterday, so nothing too crazy to be looking out for there. And I see a lot of people in the CC Gang Telegram are actually making a lot of money trading your meme coins, okay? Like we're talking WIF, we're talking Bonk, we're talking Doge, Floki, those bad boys, Pepe, you know the score. So yeah, I'm seeing quite a lot of you trading WIF, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. I mean, it does what it says on the tin here. Look at that bounce back of around 7% there. So yeah, altcoins, meme coins are looking pretty good to trade here when we're seeing this volatile time here for this validity here for Bitcoin and just in general. Hex, never been a fan of Hex, so I'm not even going to talk about Hex. On the weekly though, look at that, see a red, not great. The one that is performing well is HNT, and I did see SUI that was holding its own yesterday really quite well. I was actually really impressed with that coin in general, considering how aggressive Bitcoin was dumping there. But yeah, that is going to be crypto bubbles. Fear and greed index, guys, down around 43. Rough. Everyone's scared. Too right they should be. No, it's okay. It's only natural for this to happen after such a big pullback. And we're used to this. We've been through this many times here. So it's absolutely fine for that to be happening. Let's talk altcoins. Let's get deep down and dirty into a couple of altcoins. Before we continue, let's look at Pepe, says Here Optimist. Let's have a little look. Look at Pepe. I'm not going to be streaming too long, guys, today as well. I'm going to save my throat energy. But I'm going away this weekend to a nice little island in Thailand. So yeah, going to be on the beach, going to be relaxing. It's going to be pretty chill. It's going to be a good one. Well deserved. So yeah, looking forward to that. Overall, Pepe not looking too bad at all, let's say, considering the state of other charts that we have seen here. This is the 4 hour as well. See bull flag scenario breaking out, and then we've got another parallel channel on the top side of this bull flag there, looking something along the lines of this. So more of a falling wedge actually. Maybe we could do something like that. Yeah, I guess another parallel channel there. So you're actually looking for what I would be going here for Pepe is going to be sort of a micro breakout, guys. The micro breakout that I'm talking about would be a measure move, something along the lines of this. Okay, that would be the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement break to the upside here, and it's going to be worth around a 9.05% here. Totally feasible considering the bull flag here on the macro. The measure move for that is just to the moon. If we're talking meme coins, right, it's just going to absolutely be an explosive move there, which would actually take the price of Pepe all the way up to around this area, around 965 there. And in terms of percentages, it's going to be around near enough a 50% move for Pepe. So yeah, if you're just going for a little 9% move there, very, very feasible, very, very easy. Just watch your entry, manage your entry there. And yeah, overall looking pretty good for Pepe. It's holding its own. Yeah, quite impressed. Anything on the RSI to be taking note of? Nothing really too crazy. Let's jump to the Quantum Insight. I'm trying to include this a lot more into my streams now. So let's jump to the Quantum Insight. I need to set it all up in terms of my charts, but we've got a little bit more to develop on the indicator itself. Where were we? We were Bybit, right? Yeah. So we're just doing the Quantum Insight Lite at the moment. We do have the Pro coming soon, but yeah, it's not quite ready yet. Oh, let's buy now when the fear ingredient index is 43. Yeah, the fear ingredient index is very, very low, right? The moves on new meme coins are really, really good. Yeah, you're completely correct. They're optimist. You've been nailing a few of them for sure. Now let's have a little look here for Pepe. Just in general, we have seen obviously a bullish arrow to the downside. Money flow not so much on our side, that is bearish. We did see a stochastic crossover, and we didn't actually see a momentum divergence there either. So this is obviously on the 4 hour, guys. This does imply when we do see something along the lines of this, for example, momentum divergence didn't quite get the full momentum swing that we were looking for there. The more ideal scenario is over momentum over the line there and coming back to the retracement zone, which is 0, which we didn't do here, and then seeing this as an entry point. So this would be the entry point for this, and then you can see on the 4 hour, really, really nice, clean, massive move to the upside. Money flow on our side as well. Stochastic on our side as well. So yeah, that's a very key point to be looking out for there for Pepe. But just overall, at the moment, stochastic coming to the upside. So short term, I would expect probably a bit of downside. You can see that we do have the volume weighted ATR band on the daily that we have lost, and we're currently testing. So this and testing it with that without solid momentum and breaking it without solid momentum does give us the sort of inclination that we're going to see sort of some sideways action here. Nothing too crazy there for Pepe, which is sort of expected considering the Bitcoin markets just in general, right? Have a look at GLM. Don't know what it is. Looks new, but looks good for some scalps on the shorter term time frame. I'm just gonna have a gander at it later today. Okay, yeah, I'll bring that up now, man. GLM. Good stuff. Right, we're gonna be doing a bit of Binance here. Why not? Yeah, so massive move to the upside. We're seeing a retracement from that. We're talking about a Basecamp 1 retracement. Didn't chill out enough. So what are we looking for here overall? Yeah, you can see massive, massive trend lines here coming down like so. And that is going to be a very, very strong area of resistance to be looking out for there. Potential breakout scenario there in the future for this asset if we do break that area. And again, you can see major take profits being formed here from volume weighted ATR bands. So overall, not looking too shabby. There might be a nice long coming up. We're talking a momentum long here, guys. And this will essentially probably potentially tie in here with the quantum insight, which would be quite good. What I would like to see here for this to happen is actually a bounce to the upside on the 60-minute, something along the lines of this. Bounce to the upside, bringing the momentum up, bringing the stochastic up a bit, and then a move to the downside, and then tapping this trend line with setting a sub anchor here with the stochastic coming down. Don't quite have money flow, and then some bullish AI arrows to cement that entry in, because overall a few things are pointing to the upside from that area. I'm talking momentum from this trend line. So we break down momentum from this trend line just quickly. You can see it's actually it's very progressive, 25% there. You can see a nice test there of around 7%. You can see another test there of around 30% to the upside. Micro test 5%, and then from here, obviously sailing it all the way right back up. So overall, this trend line is quite a strong and valid one here, but I would be slightly cautious to the fact that we have tested it quite a few times here. So yeah, just manage your entry and watch that volume weighted ATR band there, and also this this area here for momentum too. Yeah, there's a couple of things that I would be cautious of, but if all those things do line up, then it is very likely that we do see a nice move up for GLM there. 10-minute or lower for scalps. Yeah, this is a bit of a swinger. We're gonna go 5-minute. See what we're looking at for here. It's very reactive to the volume weighted ATR, and as you can see here, very reactive. Really quite smooth moves. Any clean positions here? Main anchor, sub anchor with entry point. Stochastic up at around 80. Money flow, technically on our side, only just, not the smoothest in the world, but still would be a short position. We need to probably get in the volume weighted ATR bands on the 1 minute to rectify that. But you can see overall does play out really quite nicely in terms of a short. Maybe a wick trying to stop out people there, but overall looking pretty smooth. Pretty smooth there. I'm going to be moving on to another coin, and let's have a little look at... I'm just going to sail through the watch list. Now and try and find some quantum insight trades for you guys to potentially be watching today. So right here, right now, we're looking at a straight to AVE, top of the watch list. You can see that we do have very strong trend line coming down like so, potential breakout scenario. Again, we do have basically momentum divergence coming through as well. We've got our AI bullish crossover there. We've got our stochastic crossover there. So overall, from this zone, you can see this is going to be the entry point at this point here. Ideally, this is all lining pretty perfectly for a breakout to the upside here. This happens like as I'm talking, that would be super cool. There would be another point to be very cautious of, and it would be something along the lines of this. Symmetrical triangle chart pattern, top of an uptrend. Couple of things to be looking out for here. This again, guys, this is a scalp. It is on the 5 minute. It's nothing too crazy. We're just picking this apart very fast here. And if you are looking for a nice smooth move here, something that is lining up quite nicely would be just a nice micro measure move here. Something along the lines of this. Probably not worth that much in terms of percentages, but love to see it. 6-9% potentially on the cards there. I'm going to be moving across to the hourly time frame and breaking down a few different moves there on the hourly. You can see main anchor. Did we get to 0? Didn't quite get to... Oh, no. No, we did get to 0 as a retracement there. Really nice. And money flow on our side as well. Main anchor, sub anchor coming through. Stochastic not as low as we'd like there. AI cross looking good. So that's 5 out of 6 confluences on our side. And you can see from that entry point, candle body close, which is... This would be the open for our entry at 81. Soars straight to the goddamn moon up to all the way to 84. So looking really strong there. Let's look at ADA. We've got smooth money flow on ADA to the downside, and no major... We've got obviously a major anchor there, but no major entry point in terms of AI crossovers and stuff like that. So yeah, can't be using that as a reference. Did I put music on for you guys today? I think so. Just triple check. She's on now. She's on now. Yeah, AVAX is looking interesting because we do have money flow. Looking like so. We've got our stochastic coming down as well. Very, very strong. And we do have main anchor twice, actually, which is concerning because we have had a main anchor here and then we have had momentum actually break that low here, which is concerning, but we have had a really, really strong retracement to the upside. So what we can actually probably be expecting here is AVAX to actually be coming down here, setting a sub anchor of around maybe 31 bucks. Yeah, maybe 31 bucks, maybe even 32 there. And then we can see potential entry point for a long, okay? And that long would be, it's quite hard to say how strong the momentum, and again, I haven't tested this on all of these assets just yet, but you can see, for example here, main anchor, sub anchor, AI entries, crossovers, don't have money flow, but we have everything else, stochastic as well. So this would be the entry point for this asset. And again, guys, as I said, I need to test this on multiple assets here, and you can see this is the entry. Really, really nice short position to the downside there. So overall, in terms of percentages, it's a 5% trade there, a spot 5% trade, which is ridiculous. Obviously, there's going to be a few things that we need to take into consideration along the way, TPs, all that other stuff. But overall, this is it's looking really, really good. Which needs a lot more testing. So if we do get that move that we're looking for today, then it could potentially mean another move up to around to test this high here for AVAX on the hourly, and that will probably be worth, again, probably around another 5% there. But yeah, all still speculatively speaking, we don't know if this is going to happen, but it looks like if all stars are going to line up, then it probably will happen there. I'm going to try and find another example. We do have main anchor, we do have sub anchor, and this is a great example here, because in my opinion this isn't a very clean trade, because the sub anchor is better when it's here, and we've had a lot more momentum to the downside to kind of breathe this out a bit here. But what we're talking about here, guys, is going to be a potential entry here. Stochastic in the middle, so not as valid here. We do have the AI arrow to the downside here, so main anchor, sub anchor, money flow. Stochastic, not on our side, but still on our side with that crossover. AI arrow to the downside as well, so that would be a short position from this zone. The short position from this zone would actually be an entry point of around $7.45, and you can see the momentum to the downside that it does plot out really, really nicely with the reversal of that money flow as well. So yeah, just another example of this playing out well. And you can just pretty much, from what I've been doing with this asset, with this indicator here, I've just been picking random scenarios like this, right, and just trying to test them. So for example, this would be main anchor, this would be sub anchor, but it's not actually below the momentum line. So this is where it's like, is that right? Is that an entry? Probably not, because it's better if it is below the momentum line to really confirm that the momentum is slowing down here. But you can see technically it is lower, so we can actually just have a look at it and see. Let's see how that would have played out here. Oh, that's wrong. See how that would have played out here. You can see that would be the entry point at around 766, and you can see we actually probably saw a nice little micro move to the downside there. Nothing too crazy. Still worth around 1.62% there. Again, other things need to be tested here, but you can just pretty much pick a solid entry, and it kind of usually works most of the time. So you can see main anchor, this sub anchor, again around 3. It's around 3 here, so it's not really that clean. We do have stochastic there, money flow not on our side, don't have that red cross, so we're talking at this point 4 out of 6 confluences, which unfortunately isn't good enough to enter that position. We're looking for 5 at a minimum here. Now you can see again, guys, we've got arrow, we've got main anchor, we've got sub anchor. It's a rough sub anchor because it's only just above that 0 point. Stochastic, not that great. Still on our side here for a move to the upside. Didn't get that the cross underneath the AI arrow for that entry as well. So unfortunately, that is going to be a no entry because it's 4 out of 6 confluences there. This is main anchor, sub anchor, AI cross, no, sorry, AI arrow. We do have a cross as well. Stochastic on our side as well. Money flow was smooth at the main anchor, sort of chopping down a bit. So we're a bit late in this position, but we can still take a look at it because we are seeing basically 5 out of 6 confluences there coming through. And for a short position, it's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. If we're just going to ignore that massive dump there, and we're just going to go on this basic move here, still 1-2% there. Obviously, we did see a massive dump to the downside from that point, but is that related to the position? Who knows at this stage, right? But what I'm saying here is, like, I'm on Axie right now. I could pick, I don't know, let me just pick a random coin, or one of you guys pick a random coin, and we can just have a look at it. Oh, I see Render in the chat. Emir is picking Render. So let's just bring up Render and let's look at this indicator on Render here on the 1 hour time frame. I don't know. Let's do the 15 minute. Let's just go on the 15 minute and let's just have a look at that strategy again. So what we're looking for main anchors, we're looking for sub anchor, we're looking for money flow, stochastic, AI arrows, crosses for that entry point as well. And overall, you can see we don't have money flow on our side here. We do have stochastic, we do have the arrow, we do have the cross, main anchor, sub anchor. So technically, this is 5 out of 6 would be an entry point. Okay, so let's bang that in and let's see how that played out for a short position. Again, picking random coins here, guys. This is what I've been trying to do as well. So short position, you can see from entry point, banged it down 1%, banged it down 2%. Okay, so yeah, overall looking pretty good there, just for a random point to be looking out for. And yeah, let's I don't know, zoom out. I want to just show you guys how random this can be. We just want to go anywhere here on this indicator, back in time. It's just so unpredictable. Don't even know, like, just whatever. And then you can see we've got main anchor, sub anchor, stochastic. We've got that AI arrow. We do have money flow, a little bit choppy here, but still it's going to be probably not the cleanest entry in the world, but still going to be an entry because we've got 5 out of 6 confluences there. So let's bang that in there as an entry point. Let's see how that performed. Again, completely random. What do you know? Really, really nice clean move to the upside. So I'm saying it's what I've been testing here with this strategy. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous here. So yeah, we can literally just pick anything. To really pick a time frame here, it's going to be looking for not so much a time frame, sorry, we're looking for an entry. We're looking for the arrows and the crosses, because if we get them, we know that's 2 confluences to really be looking out for there. So again, this is going to be interesting because we do have main anchor, and this is another thing that I haven't tested that needs to be tested here. You've got main anchor, you've got sub anchor, and then you've got sub anchor. Now sub anchor does have all the confluences here, but unfortunately the money flow is still trickling down here. It is smooth on the main and sub, but on the sub it's a bit too choppy. It's a bit choppy. Stochastic's already coming down, but we do have that, excuse me, all the other confluences there. So we can look at it together and let's see what it's done, because again, we're in this testing phase for this indicator. So you can't write it. You just can't write it. It's another 2%. So yeah, it again needs to be tested. And let's we can pick another asset and just have a little look. So let's do Morningstar, Solana, CAS, and VET, please. So let's have a look at Solana actually. That sounds good. Is this indicator on TradingView? No, it's not on TradingView. It's an indicator that me and my friend have actually been building over the last sort of 3 weeks to a month or so. Got loads and loads of cool stuff in there, and this is literally the light version. So it's called the Quantum Insight Lite, and we're building currently the Quantum Insight Pro as well. So we will have this indicator available to you guys like in the future. At the moment, we're still in the testing phase to make sure everything is working perfectly. We've had a couple of problems over the last few weeks. That's why it has been delayed. But the light version is pretty much complete. So we're just in the testing phase for that. And that's why I'm just like randomly picking assets here and testing that strategy. So for example, we're just going to go with Solana. We'll go with Solana and we'll go to, I don't know, say the 3-hour time frame. A time frame that not a lot of people actually trade on like all the time. And then we're trying to find our strategy here. So we've got main anchor, we've got sub anchor. We don't have our AI cross, our AI, we've got our AI arrow, but not our cross for that entry point. So we do, that is a confluence we're missing, but it's 1, 2 confluences. We've got that 0 retracement, 3 confluences. Stochastic on our side, 4. We've got that arrow, that's 5. So it's looking pretty good for an entry there, 5 out of 6. So we bang that in, and this is, again, as random as it can be, guys. And again, we might see losses, I don't know. But what do you know? Nice short position there. It's just perfect. You just can't make it up. 7% to the downside. Really, really clean. Really, really nice stuff for the strategy. But yeah, let's do an update on Solana, because I'm sure you guys are a little bit bored of that. And again, yes, it's very exciting finding a God mode strategy like this, and you can pick any asset and you can find it on the chart and it works. So yeah, it's very exciting. So we're going to be getting this out to you guys in the next couple of weeks or so. But yeah, so far it is looking really, really, really good there. Is that Firefly looks like something he would be good with? No, don't think so. But yeah, let's do Solana. So Solana at the moment here, I'm going to be jumping to the daily here, the macro here for Solana. And it's actually a very interesting point right now, because we are on a very pinnacle point in terms of the volume-weighted average true range bands for this asset. You can see we've got the 60-minute, the 3-day, and the 4-hour colluding in this area, okay? If I've ever seen a buy zone for Solana, it's this goddamn area, okay? Yes, there might be fluctuation swings in the air for Solana. Obviously, Bitcoin is going to the toilet at the moment, but we should see lovely levels of support coming through from this area. Again, we've tested this multiple times. Momentum from this zone is very clean. You're talking 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 even percent there. It's looking really, really strong overall. Again, resistance, same scenario there. And if we are looking for a potential bounce point, just using the QI again, guys, you can see that we do have the lowest point on the stochastic comes down to around this area here. Now, we're gradually coming down there in terms of the previous crossover, and you can see momentum is dipping down too. Now, with the fact that momentum was really low before, we're likely to see a retracement. We did, but we didn't see that retracement cross that 0 zone. Okay, the 0 zone that I'm talking about is just under this line, which is currently at 1.62, should be at 0. I'm going to get that coded in, so it's a lot more easier to see there for you guys. But when you see momentum do this for an asset like Solana, it basically means there's not enough buying momentum, and we're expected more downside here if we don't get back to this 0 zone. Okay, so it basically shows we're likely to see a bit more downside. Momentum is still favoring the downside here. So what I would say, using the QI here, stochastic's going to come right the way down, momentum's going to come right the way down, and the price will do the same, come right the way down to this buying area. So we might even see a 10% move to the downside here on the daily for Solana, okay, and then a potential bounce point. Okay, that's the bounce point we're really looking out for there. And if we are using the quantum insight again to the lower side here, guys, you can see this AI arrow pointing stochastic. We've got the X as well, and you can see from that entry point, I mean, again, this is another strategy that needs to be tested here, but this is a very, very strong move to the upside here. Basically plots out quite nicely. So yeah, overall on the macro for Solana, I would expect downside here. Trend is your friend right now. Altcoins are slowly bleeding due to Bitcoin. So yeah, I would expect probably a move to the downside for Solana, and then a nice bounce back. But yeah, going to have a little look. No, there's no video explaining in depth how this works just yet. But I will be creating all these things for you guys, just to explain it in a lot more detail, so you can really wrap your head around it. Because at the moment it is still early for us, right? We've got loads and loads of different things, put them into one indicator essentially, and we're still building it out. We're still building it out and making sure that everything's working in time. Because sometimes, like for example, we were having delayed alerts, and the AI crossovers, the AI arrows and the crosses, they were slightly delayed, and with the time frame, so we're missing entries and stuff like that. We've now completely fixed that. That was an original problem that we had, and we've now fixed that, and now that's working perfectly. But yeah, there's a couple of other things, and again, this is just the light version. This is the Quantum Insight Lite. We've got the Quantum Insight Pro that we're building as well. And you can see this is what we're working with here is 6 confluences with this strategy. Ideally, what we want here is 10, and then we're going to have another 4, maybe 5 confluences here on the main chart as well. So it's a lot more easy to read, not all compiled in even more into this indicator, right? Veg food lover coming through. Hi, how are you doing? Good, thank you. How are you doing? How are you doing? Gary Network views, please. Every time I look at Gary Network, now I remember the chart because I've looked at it so many times for you. The chart is it's not great. You just get sold into. So I'm not going to be doing that. But what I am going to be doing, I'm going to be jumping through to VeChain and just having a look at strategy for this asset. We're going to be jumping through to. I mean, again, let's have a little look here. We've got just clicked on the daily on VeChain. You've got momentum anchor here, really strong. Got that pullback to that central zone, that's 0. You've got the sub anchor. We've got the crossover. We've got the AI arrow, and we do have that entry cross here underneath the AI arrow, which means the entry point for this trade would be just, and I do apologize, guys. I'm very excited about this. It would be here. Yes, we don't have money flow on our side, but we do have 5 out of 6 confluences on our side. So that entry point would be end of candle body close here, which would be here. And that would be a nice, obviously, juicy move to the upside of well, you could say 10, 20%, whatever you like there. But yeah, looking really, really good just overall for this strategy. And we can, you know what, let's even jump down to the 3-minute. Let's jump down to the 3-minute time frame and let's have a little look at the 3-minute here and just see if we can find that scenario, that strategy that we're looking for. So again, main anchor, we've got the sub anchor here. Maybe we have, no, we don't have sub anchor there because it hasn't, didn't actually retrace to 0. Did it retrace to 0 there? I don't think it did. Don't think it did. Oh, just. So if we are testing this from an automated standpoint, because guys, the idea for this strategy is to essentially automate it in the future, because it is obviously it's looking really, really good there. So we're just trying to plan all the confluences for that, and this would actually have been a trade here if we had other things, right? So we've got the momentum main anchor, sub anchor, AI cross, stochastic is around 70, 80 with the crossover, so that's not too bad. But unfortunately, we don't have money flow and we don't have that that cross as well there, so it would be a no entry because it's 4 confluences out of 6. Okay, so that would be a no entry there. Looking for another entry here, main anchor, sub anchor. We don't have that cross, we don't have that money flow, so again, no entry. So what we're looking for here, I just want to show you guys how sort of random this can be. You should be excited. It looks great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we put a lot of work into this one. A lot of work into this. I think it's the best. I've been trading, what, 6 years? I think 6 years now, maybe 5, 6 years, something like that. But yeah, a long time, and this is the best thing that we've come across here. And again, just looking at the minute time frame here, guys, you can see momentum. It does struggle to get there when we are going sideways. So it's definitely less frequent trades, I would say here. It's a great example of potentially a loss here. So you can see, and we've got to be real. There's going to be losses. It's quite rare, I guess. But yeah, anyway, main anchor's coming through. We've got money flow on our side as well. So that's another confluence that we're looking for. We do have stochastic, nice and low. This is actually our sub anchor. We do have the AI cross as well. So this would be an entry. We have 5 out of 6 confluences here on the minute time frame. It would be an entry. And let's see how that plays out. It doesn't look like it's going to play out well because you can see after it we do have the momentum actually coming down, not in our favor. And you can see on the minute, you can see we would enter here, we dump down, and then we see a nice retracement. So this is a great example here of money flow. Okay, so what we're looking for here, for you guys that don't really know about money flow and the trend of money flow here, it's smooth money flow is what we're looking for here. This right here, this is not smooth. This is what we call choppy money flow. Disgusting, horrible. We don't want to be trading that. What we want here is this. So you can see nice and smooth. It's nice and smooth. The money flow is nice and smooth there. So money flowing into the asset, money flowing out of the asset, money flowing into the asset. The point that we're going to be capitalizing on, and ideally where our trade wants to be, is where this money flow crosses back over. So ideally this money flow should be here, and then we're basically capitalizing on that nice smooth move back in, okay, for a long position with our main anchor, with our sub anchor as well. So as you can see here, using this as an example, we were slightly early on that money flow, having that trend coming in, And you can see from that point, if the sub anchor was down here, then you can see it would have been a really nice clean position there. And again, it would have played out using all those things that we have, depending on our stop loss and depending on our TP, right? But yeah, if your stop loss was 1% from your entry point, you probably wouldn't have been stopped out there. Let's just see. So your candle body close would have been there. And your 1% would have been there. Yeah, so if you're doing a 1-to-1, 1% risk reward here, you would have been looking at something along the lines of this. This would have been your stop loss. And then your TP would have been hit very, very cleanly there. Nice stuff. Yeah, again, needs testing. But overall, it is looking it's looking quite good, man. It's looking quite good overall. But yeah, let me jump to another asset and let's pick apart something, because I don't want to bore you guys too much with this indicator. So I know it's very exciting. So I'm going to look at DOT quickly. Look at DOT. Nice stuff. Overall, we're seeing quite a lot of sideways action for DOT on the 3-minute. Let's jump to more of a macro time frame. Actually, a nice move to the upside here from DOT, considering the state of the crypto market right now. Nearly in positives for the day there, up around, well, currently it's minus 0.67% there. But we have seen quite a nice move from that low of the 60-minute of around near 15% there. Nice. Nice stuff, Polkadot. Doing your bit there. Love to see it, love to see it. Key areas to really be looking out for there for DOT. Going to be support levels there. We're going to be looking at definitely resistance levels there. We've got the 60-minute as well. So potentially, depending on the next move up from DOT, there could be a nice potential short position of around 3 or 4% there. Just playing in this range here and using the volume weighted ATR band to our advantage there. Let's look at the quantum insight and see how that lines up with that potentially. And you can see we do have main anchor, we have sub anchor, we do, is that sub anchor? Yep, it is a sub anchor, just over that 0 line. Need to get that plotted in really badly. We don't have money flow and we don't have that X cross. So this wouldn't be an entry because it's 4 out of 5 confluences there. 4 out of 5 probably has a lower success rate. Still successful nonetheless, right? Now, one thing that I would be looking for here for this right now is momentum is climbing in a very smooth direction. And what I mean by that, guys, is essentially it's not choppy. Right now, this is choppy momentum to the upside. Like you can see, choppy momentum to the upside. You can see the price action is very, very choppy with that momentum there. Now, what are we seeing right now? Very smooth momentum to the upside, not choppy at all. Usually, what that means is, from what I've seen anyway, is when you see very smooth momentum like so, and you see it really get to this area here, you see the resistance play out, and it's usually very, very, very strong here. So, again, this needs to be tested, but the smooth momentum is something that I am looking at as well. And you can see from there, really, really strong resistance. You can see we did have that arrow there, but we did see continuation. But again, we didn't see any of the other confluences that we were looking for. So again, smooth momentum. This isn't as smooth as we would like here, but let's try and find a better example. This is quite smooth, but not smooth here. We've got still another point there. This could be a nice example here because it is smooth from that 0 point there, from that area. So it's smooth all the way up, no flirting around. There's no flirting with price action there in this move, and you can see from here massive overextended momentum there. Usually have a retracement down. So if we go to the chart and let's see what area that's wrong, see what area that would actually be there. And you can see smooth momentum all the way up. This would be the resistance points that we did see. From that point, slightly move to the upside, but then continuation to the downside. So what I'm saying, referencing the price point of DOT and the smooth momentum that we're currently witnessing, is that the resistance that we're going to potentially see for DOT when we get to this area, if the momentum is going to continue in this stance here, we're likely to see quite heavy resistance, guys. And that resistance in terms of retracement will be perfect for our trade here. Perfect for our trade, whether that's going to be off the volume weighted ATR band on the 60 minute, which is currently in a digressionary stance, or whether it's going to be off this major level of resistance that we have seen. And just using momentum in terms of the resistance point for that, you can see around 4.5% there is potentially on the cards there. Happens pretty much every time that we have seen it here. Okay, so yeah, overall looking pretty good. Quantum Insight is pulling through for us there again, and yeah, that's pretty much what I would say about DOT. If you've got any other requests, guys, let's jump through them into the chat. We see Onion Ring coming through. Mug check, baby. Let's go. Oh, that ginger and raspberry tea today. Going to be looking at ICP there for Alex. And guys, if you are new to the stream, we are streaming every single goddamn day, Monday to Friday. If you do want to join us, you're more than welcome. And we do have a lovely Telegram community as well. If you want to join a little CC gang family, you're more than welcome. Mr. Miles coming through. Yes, do Cass. Potentially, man, potentially. Yeah, so ICP right now on the 4 hour is actually in breakout scenario, which is quite clean. You can see it's looking pretty good. We're going to weigh this up and see if we can get sort of a prediction for this using the Quantum Insight as well. So what we're looking out for now, guys, is going to be something along the lines of this. You can see, let me just bring that down. You can see this is going to be the sort of channel that has been respected, continuously flirting along the edge there and finding that support continuously. So that gives us sort of a respectable target for this move here. Respectable target for this move, for this breakout scenario here. And that is going to be up to around 14.23 for a nice around an 8.26% move. But again, guys, let's just be frank. If you're going for an 8.26% move and that's going to be your take profit, you're likely to get reversed on. You're likely to get trapped out on. You're likely to get screwed here. You can't just go straight for that completion of the measure move. It only happens 1 in 3 times here. So what you need to do is stagger those take profits. You need to stagger those take profits at all relevant TP points. And then once you hit your first take profit, you take your stop loss and you move your stop loss to your entry point. So what I like to do here is have 4 take profits. And then, again, once you hit your first take profit, you take your stop loss, you move your stop loss to your entry point, and then you're basically in a risk-free position, okay? It's the safest way to trade crypto using chart patterns and stuff like that. And what I would say here for this, in terms of a move to the upside, it's actually looking really, really quite nice here for a nice clean move. Maybe it's a bit choppy in terms of resistance from these areas, but overall, you can see momentum is actually quite clean. Let's look at the Quantum Insight here and see what we're working with here overall, because momentum has been very low to the downside. You can see actually momentum is slowly trickling down here, which is a bullish sign. We've had 2 bullish AI arrows pointing to the upside here as well, but one thing I do want to be very cautious of here, guys, is this stochastic crossover. Okay, we're about to get a stochastic crossover on the 4 hour, which isn't good, to the downside. Okay, so that essentially means here that we're likely to see some resistance. Okay, we're likely to see some resistance for this position, and this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying like these measure moves don't always have the completion, and we're likely to see the whales essentially dump on you and reverse and try and aim for your stop loss there. Hey, it might come in, but it's safer having your take profits staggered and then taking 25% of your equity out of your position every time you hit your TP, right? So yeah, overall looking pretty good there for ICP for a move to the upside. Momentum slowing down, money flow as well, nice and smooth here. You've been in the negative for quite a long time here, a little bit choppy here, but just overall the majority of the money flow is looking strong there. So what you're trying to capitalize on now here for ICP is that the smooth money flow back into the upside, okay? And if we are going to be using this point as a reference, we're going to be using that 0 area there, which is just around here. Just plot that in quickly. Just around here, and we're looking for basically that money flow to cross this zone and have a smooth transition into the upside. If that is going to happen, then I would see really, really nice move to the upside here for ICP, having the completion of that measure move there. And overall, I do think it's very likely here. If we can get over this level of support here and get a candle body close here, because if we look at the majority of the candle body closes in this area between this take profit and this take profit, we're looking for that 4 hour candle body close here. If we can get that, it's likely that we see that upside. Okay, so let's look at the average there of what's happened in previous price action. Candle body close there, just in this area, move to the upside, second TP hit. Okay, candle body close again, this area, test to the downside, nothing too crazy in terms of resistance, but again, take second take profit hit, candle body close, second take profit hit. So overall, the candle body closes in this zone always usually test to the upside here. Just using that as a basis there. Let's have a look again. Candle body close in this zone, test to the upside, TP hit there. Candle body close, test to the upside, maybe didn't get tapped there. A little bit shy off there, but hey, well, we're talking what, 1 out of 5. Candle body close here, guys. You can see from there, nice move to the upside, tapping that TP yet again. Candle body close, TP yet again. So overall, it is looking pretty good. Even here, candle body close, tapping that TP before dumping down. So it's looking pretty good overall in that area for a nice move to the upside there. I'm just looking at the average there. Didn't quite get it there or there either. But yeah, overall, staggered TP is looking pretty good. Any other requests before I shoot off today, guys? Caffeine will win. Coffee will win. The caffeine war. Coffee in hand now. Hi, Chester. Hello, Zombie. Hope you're having a good day, my good sir. And if you guys are, lift your pinky when you drink your tea. I do it. It's a big mug, man. It's a big mug. What were you talking about the tea? The tea's actually pink. It's like ginger and raspberry or something. I know I'm English, but come on, man. Cass. Let's do a bit of Cass there for NX. And I'm going to be jumping into the Quantum Insight strategy for this quickly and just show you guys how random and how potentially profitable this could be. So let's pick a time frame. Let's pick, I don't know. Let's get a new random one. Let's get a new random one. Should we do the 2-month? Probably shouldn't do the 2-month on Cass, right? Let's do the 2 hour on Cass and let's see what the Quantum Insight is saying there. So you can see here we do have main anchor, sub anchor still over the momentum area, so would be a no trade zone. Let's have a little look here. What are we working with? We've got main anchors here, strong. No sub anchor because we didn't return to that central zone. This would be the sub anchor here. We do not have money flow, too choppy for our liking. Only AI crossover, no cross there, so it's no trade. 4 out of 5 confluences there. This would look pretty good, but we don't have money flow and we don't have our cross, so that's a no entry. Unfortunately. We've got our cross, we've got our AI, we've got stochastic, we don't have money flow, we've got the momentum divergence there, so we've got 5 out of 6. That's an entry. As an entry, my good people. So let's have a little look, see the success of this potentially. Fingers crossed. Doesn't look that great, actually. Doesn't look that great. But you can still see it's a move around 2% to the upside first, actually, and then 2% to the downside there. So yeah, interesting, actually. Interesting. But yeah, overall, you can see the direction that it did take there to the downside. Pretty strong. No AI. Sorry, no X there to confirm our entry. Not really that much going on the 2 hour here. Like, scroll back to February now, and we've had 1 entry. It's not great. Which again, it needs testing. So here's not bad. We don't have that cross though. We've got a cross earlier on, but we don't have a cross underneath the AI arrow, so that would be a no entry. No money flow as well there. So yeah, maybe the 2 hour isn't favorable. No cross either. Do your magical new indicators say Cass is going to the moon? Let's have a little look. Let's have a little goddamn look here. Momentum is very strong to the downside for Cass, which we kind of expect here, guys. Like, we've seen Cass actually trending down for quite a while now. I'm just going to get rid of that. It's going to bug me. You can see money flow is slowly creeping down to the downside as well here on the 4 hour. We do have momentum slowing down to the downside with stochastic coming to the upside here. Money flow on our side throughout this. As you can see, it's red. As you can see, it's red here as well. So that does instigate that we are going to see a reversal in the trend fairly shortly here. And having the stochastic come up to the upside, I'd like to see a move to the downside again with momentum coming up again. So it's likely to see a nice move to the upside, short-term move to the upside here for Casper. Is it Casper or Cass? Casper's the other one, right? Maybe. think there's two coins called Casper. One's red and one's green. But yeah, short-term move to the upside, I would say, potentially testing very strong areas, maybe up to around 11 cents there. Again, this is on the 4-hour, so we're talking around a 2.44% move. That would bring momentum up, stochastic up, money flow up, and then we're likely to see a bit of a dump to the downside yet again. So there's potentially a short position coming through from this area. Do I see us breaking this this trend line? It's a good question. It's a good question. That's the wrong tool. Let's have a little look. So you can see falling parallel channel. Falling parallel channels tend to usually break to said upside. And this would be a move, something along the lines of this, guys. And a 10% move there for Casper. But again, this is the 4-hour. The markets are insanely choppy right now. So it's very important to manage your TPs and your stop losses accordingly. But yeah, overall, CAS is not looking too bad, but I would be more concerned about breaking this low. If you break the low at 10 cents, then Lord help you, it's not going to be good. Yeah, it's not going to be good because then you would probably expect a downside in the channel. But the fact that momentum here on the Quantum Insight here is slowing, it's not... This is the main line, right? The main momentum line that we have plotted in is this blue line, as you can see there. If you're below that, that's very strong momentum to the downside. What we sort of want here for momentum dying out is anchors looking like this, okay? And anchors looking like that, and that does show that we're going to see a little bit less momentum to the upside there. Sorry, to the downside. And it is slowing, essentially. So the fact that you're still pretty heavily overextended to the downside here does indicate that you've still got a lot of selling pressure here for this asset. And in terms of using that as a reference to potentially have a breakout point from this area, it's very likely that you're either going to come up, hit a few TPs, and then you're probably going to get rejected and probably aiming for stop loss. And that's why you need to stop loss to entry after hitting a couple of take profits there. That's what I would say about just Casper overall. It's not looking too bad, but just watch that momentum here to the downside here. And again, this is on the 4 hours. It's very, very valid data. Trend is your friend here. You've been in a downtrend since the mid-April here, just after the halving. So yeah, overall not looking too great, and especially after a massive dump to the downside there, you would expect not just consolidation, you would expect just continuation to the upside here to sort of recover that. But overall, macro downtrend, it's looking pretty aggressive here. Just it's one to watch, guys. It's one to watch. Just be aware that the momentum to the downside is looking really quite strong here. But yes, that is going to be it from me. I do appreciate you guys tuning in today. I think it's been a pretty good stream. Pretty happy with it, and I'm happy that I've got to showcase the quantum insight light indicator to you as well, and sort of why I'm so excited about it, and then sort of the success rate of this asset as well. Sorry, this indicator. So yeah, that's not ready. It's not ready just yet for you guys to have access to and stuff. We will have that ready probably in a few weeks or so. But overall, it's looking pretty good, and yeah, pretty happy with it. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow for a nice Friday stream. And let me know if you guys liked the stream. And if you did like the stream, make sure you leave a thumbs up on the way out. It does help out the channel tremendously. I do really appreciate those thumbs up, guys. I know it's simple as like just clicking a button, but in terms of the channel and the algorithm for YouTube, it really, really does help. I can't stress that enough. So yeah. And again, if you want to join our family, go to the CC Gang community. Phoenix has just dropped the chat in the chat, Telegram chat in the Telegram community in the chat there. So so yeah, make sure you go join that. We're a nice, tightly knitted community, and it's completely free. And yeah, everyone talks crypto in there. Everyone talks trading. Everyone talks family stuff. Everyone talks about life. It's a really, really nice place to chill out, man. And obviously no scammers or any of that dirtiness happening in there either. So yeah, good stuff. That's gonna be it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching yet again. Do appreciate it. But for now, it's going to be peace out.